Okay, good evening everyone, people. Let's start with the assignments, shall we? Uh, what were the assignments? Can anybody, yeah? Okay. The first problem being read two floating point numbers, height, weight, and print the body mass index. I think it's pretty simple. What is the formula? Formula is you convert the height in meters and then divide the weight in kilograms and then again divide it with height again, right? Divide the answer by height again, right? So weight divided by height into height, something like that, right? Can anybody send the program in chat box? Yes, correct. Aditya, you are right. BMI is equals to weight divided by, make sure that you put braces, brackets, parentheses to be precise. Weight divided by parenthesis open, height asterisk, height parenthesis close. Right? So that is your program. So that is pretty simple, I guess. I don't think so we need any tutoring for that. Let's move ahead. Anybody has a problem with that program? If yes, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and solve. Anybody? Okay, seems nice. Then problem statement 2, which is write cost calculator. Read three floating point values: cost of fuel, distance to travel, and mileage. Yeah, distance to travel and mileage. Calculate the cost required to travel the distance in the vehicle. What is the cost of the... Okay, who has done it? First, who has done it? Nobody? Okay. Bro. Which question, Arshad? Shreyas says it is his first class. I had shared the summary of the things what was discussed yesterday, right? I hope you have gone through. Okay, people are sending in the solutions. All right, you can have a look at the chat box. There are solutions. People have tried to. Okay, people have tried to explain. Write a code. It's wonderful. You can see Karthik Hubbali's solution. He's reading the input, converting it into float, and then storing it into cost. Right. In the second line, he's reading distance and then converting it into float and then storing it in dist variable. Third one, he is taking mileage, converting it into float and storing it in MIL variable. Then he is checking. Okay, he has done a wonderful job. In the fourth line, he is checking. In if condition, he is checking whether the cost is greater than 0 and distance is greater than 0 and mileage is greater than 0. This is done to avoid the error of division by 0. Alright, beautiful work, Karthik. Shout out to you. Then he is calculating the total cost using the formula distance into cost divided by mileage. Beautiful. That is a solution required. So yeah, nice. Yogesh has also done it. Vanishri has done it. Right. Nice. Okay, then third problem statement. Read a number, print int if the number is integer and print float if the number is float. So how do you get through this? How do you think we can do this? Anybody has solved this third problem? Actually, this program was asked to me in TCS digital interview. The interviewer had asked, how do you determine a number whether it is integer or float? Right? It's a very interesting problem. Who has done it? Okay. Karthik has done it. Enter a number, converting it into float. Then if number is in... Okay, he has used... Okay. Karthik... okay, he has used an inbuilt function. Try not to use an inbuilt function and let's see what happens. Okay, if type of a is equals to int, print. Okay, does Gajanand has come up with this solution which I was not aware of. Gajanand, is it executing, man? Gajanand, can you hear me? I got error while okay. Yes, okay. I didn't know this solution exists. Gajanand has done a wonderful job. He has compared the type of a is equals to int. That is also one plausible solution. You can look into Gajanand's solution. Okay, there are a number of solutions. One way of doing it is read the number in floating point value, then typecast into int. Okay, Yogesh Krishnan has done it. Yeah, typecast that particular number into integer and then compare both the numbers. If both the numbers are equal, it is int. If not, it is float. As simple as that. Right? So that is one solution. Hope everybody has got it. Vinayak says he has got an error. Hope Vinayak has got the solution. Yes, Mr. Vinayak? Alright. Aditya has posed a wonderful question, but the corner case is 4.0. 4.0. Akshay, I request you to mute your mic. Akshay Tardale? Yes. Aditya has said, but in the corner case is 4.0, which shows int, but is actually float. See, Aditya, 4.0 is actually float, right? 4.0, if you have a decimal point in your number, that is float. It doesn't matter if it is 0 afterwards. In computer science, I'm telling you. So it is actually a float, right? Then Vinayak says, I used eval. What is eval? I am not sure what you're talking about, Vinayak. What is eval? Okay, let's look into it personally later. Let's move ahead with the next question. The last question of the assignment. Read two numbers. If the first number is odd and the second number is I mean it is pretty simple, I guess. Okay. Fourth problem has been missed out. Read three numbers, print the greatest number. Anybody? Fourth program. Read three numbers, print the greatest number. Alright. You can have a look at the solutions in the chat box. People have done it beautiful. I really appreciate. Shout out to Aditya, shout out to Kotresh, shout out to Vanishri, shout out to Karthik. Right? They've done a beautiful job. I wanted you people not to use logical operator. That was the thing. Okay, all of you have used logical operators except Aditya. Aditya has done a wonderful job. Okay. Aditya, here is an extra assignment for you. Try to print only three cases. That is, A is greatest, B is greatest, and C is greatest. You have one extra redundant print statement. That is, C is the greatest. Alright. Try to reduce that extra redundant print statement and give me the output. Right. Sampada has solved the solution, exact similar solution to what Aditya has done. The same modification to you as well, Sampada. Nice try. Sojal has done it. Okay, beautiful. I think the solution is clear. Right? Last problem. Read two numbers. If the first number is odd and the second number is even, print addition of them. If the first number is even and the second number is odd, print subtraction of the number. If the first number is odd and the second number is also odd, print multiplication of them. If both the numbers are even, print the quotient when the second number is divided from the first number. Who has done this? Okay, we are getting the solutions. Soundarya has done it. Okay. Soundarya, I expected you to read the values from the user as it is clearly mentioned in the problem statement. Read two numbers, right? But still, good attempt. Nice. Karthik has done it. Karthik int input enter two numbers. Alright. I'm not sure that. Okay. You are using bitwise operators. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Try to keep it subtle, Karthik. I really appreciate your knowledge. I really appreciate your knowledge, and I request you to keep it subtle, keep it simple. Let's see what we can use those solution for, those features for, right? Then Yogesh has done it beautiful, man. Yeah. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Many people has done it. Shreyas has done it. Sandana has done it. Sadhana has done it. Chidambar has done it. Saumya has done it. Saraswati has done it. Vanishri has done it. Aditya has done it. Okay. Shout out to all these people. I request all of you people to do this as well. We have got 100 people on the session. Only handful are replying. Okay. I request all of you to reply as well. Okay. Next. Okay, let's move ahead with today's session. Shall we? Are you ready, people? Yes? Alright. Okay. Now, in today's session, let's see what all we have in town. Alright. Assignment problems we have done. We have dealt with the assignment problems. Next, arithmetic problem operators. Hope everybody can see the slides. Yes. Alright. Okay. Nice. In arithmetic problems, I understand we have already gone through this, but last two operators we have not gone. One is exponentiation and the next one is floor division. Exponentiation is nothing but, as you can see in the example column, it just gives the value when you multiply the value of x y times with itself, right? When you multiply x itself y times, that is x raised to y, is performed by exponentiation. As simple as that, right? Next comes floor division. What is floor division? You have you divide x by y, right? But you need an integer output. Even though it is decimal, you need an integer output, and you need you need to floor the output. All right. What is flooring? The flooring of 5.1 is 5, 5.2 is 5, 5.3 is 5, 5.4 is 5, 5.5 is 5. 5.6 floor division is, can anybody guess? What is a floor division of 5.6? Right, 5. 5, right? So flooring, that's what is called flooring. Ceiling is the other way around. 5.1, the ceiling of 5.1 is 6. 5.2 is 6. So on and so forth. So this operator does flooring division, right? Nice. So having said that, next, assignment operators. Yeah. In assignment operators, we have these following operators. First thing is equals to operator, which assigns the value to a variable, from a variable to variable, or from a constant to variable. Here in example, you can see x is equals to 5, where we are assigning the value 5, which is constant, to the variable x, right? In the next one, we have plus equals to, which is you can take an example of x plus is equals to 3, which essentially means x is equals to x plus 3. Let's have a quick example of this in our IDE. Plus is equals to, when x is equals to 3, x plus is equals to 3, what does it mean? Print x. What does this mean? It gives you the value 6, which essentially means x is equals to x plus 3, right? X is being replaced with the addition of itself with 3. The similar goes with minus, right? You get 0. 0 as the output. X is replaced with the subtraction of itself and 3, right? The same with goes with multiplication, right? Can anybody tell me the solution when I try to execute this? Yes? Yes? Alright. Now you have 9 as the solution. That's right. Now, when I try to divide it, what might be the solution? 1.0. That's right. You're dividing x by the value 3 provided x itself is 3. So it is 1. So on and so forth. Hope you get the idea. So yeah. Now you can try out all the operators in a similar way, right? The last four are logical operators and shift operators. We'll see those in a while, right? We'll see those in a while. Up to exponentiation and floor division, you can, you know, uh, try it on your ID. So you can make a note of it, or you can take a snapshot or a screenshot, whatever you would like. Right. Moving ahead, we have logical operators. In logical operators, we have three operators: and, or, and not. Right. And or are binary operators. Not is a unary operator. Let's see what exactly it means. When I say binary operator, I mean it takes two operands to operate, right? When I say unary operator, it takes only one operator. Okay. Now, operator, how to evaluate this? It returns true and returns true if both the statements are true. Here in the example, you can see x is smaller than 5 and x is smaller than 10 as well. So the numbers, all the negative numbers and positive numbers up to 9, up to 4 will satisfy the condition of AND operation in this current example. So it returns true for all the numbers, for all the integers lesser than 5. It is going to return true, and rest all will be false. Coming to OR operation, OR operator, you have this operator takes two operands or two expressions, evaluates, and if either of them is true, it is going to return true, right? It is not a compulsion that both the operands must be true, like in AND which we saw. It's not necessary that both the operands must be true. Any one, if it is true, it is going to return true, else false, right? It can, any one can be true, and both the operands can be true. Coming to NOT, it is going to take one operand and negates it, right? It is going to return false if the operation is true. It is going to return true if the operand is false. Hope this is clear. Moving to next. Problems and logical operators. I want all of you people to open your VS Code. I hope you have already opened. And I want you to write a program to, okay, let me, okay. Read a string and a number. Print true if string is Monday and the number is odd. Yes, I want you people to work on this problem. Read a string and a number. Print true if the string is Monday and the number is odd. Okay. Anybody with the solution? Now, I want you to solve the second question. Read two numbers, print the product of these two numbers. Okay. Print the product of these two numbers if the sum of the squares of the numbers are divisible by 3. It's a tricky question, people. Just read the question carefully and answer. You have to read two numbers, print the product of these two numbers if the sum of the squares of the numbers is divisible by 3. Else print the addition of those two numbers. Right? Let's see who gets it first. Hope you understood the question. Let me break down the question for the people who did not understand. You need to take two numbers. Okay. You need to square those two numbers, add those two numbers. Okay. If the sum of the result what you are getting after the addition, if it is divisible by 3, you need to print the product of the entered two numbers. Okay. If that is not happening, I mean, if the addition is not divisible by 3, you have to print the addition of the numbers itself. Okay. Let's see who does this. If you have doubts, if you are not following any problems, please feel free to reach out to the chat box and type out your queries, right? Can you explain the last problem once again? You mean the Monday thing? Okay. See, Arshad, you have to read two values, one being string and the other being number. Okay, if the string after reading, you have to check whether the string is Monday. Okay, if the string has the value Monday, which means if the user has entered the value Monday onto the input, as well as if the number is odd, you have to print true. Okay, that is all the question is. Now the question is, how do you know whether the given number is odd or even? Okay, for that you can make use of modulus operator, which returns the remainder when divided by any number. Okay, so take the number, find the modulus of 2. Okay, when you divide an odd number, when divide an odd number with 2, you have remainder 1. Okay, if you divide an even number with 2, you have the remainder 0. So that number modulus 2 is equals to 0. If that is the case, the number is true. Sorry, the number is even, else it is odd. Okay, using this logic you can solve the problem. For exact solution, you please have a look at the chat box. People have solved it, right? Aditya has done it. Aditya has done it. You read two numbers, n1 and n2. Find the sum of what you first multiply n1 with itself, then n2 with itself. Add those two numbers. You store the result in the variable sum. Then you find the modulus of sum with 3. If it is 0, you are printing n1 asterisk n2, the product of those two. If that is not the case, you are printing the sum of these two. Okay, then you have put else pass, which was not necessary, I guess. Okay, last else part is optional. So, however, it would produce the same output. Okay, Kotresh has done it. Oh, Kotresh has done it in another way. He has used exponentiation operators. Beautiful, beautiful, Kotresh. It is a simpler solution. Okay, Soundarya has done it. Okay, Dharnendra has done it. Dharnendra, the solution is correct. The solution is correct. Okay. Shout out to all the people who have done it. Now coming to the last problem. Okay. Read three numbers x, y, z. Print the product of y and z if z, x and z are odd. Okay, Shreyas, I'll be with you in a minute. Let me give this problem to the people who understood. Right? You have to read three numbers x, y, and z. Print the product of y and z if x and z are odd. Right? Print the addition of y and z otherwise. If x and z are not odd, you have to print the addition of y and of the values y and z. So please go ahead and solve this problem. Right, Shreyas? Yeah, let me break down the second problem for you. Uh, you have to read two numbers, but using, of course, input function. Let me walk you through a good solution. Right? Can you see, pick up any solution? You pick up any solution. Let's see Archana's solution itself. She has read two values, a and b, integer values. Then what she has done, she has used an exponentiation operator. Okay, a asterisk asterisk 2, which means she is finding a square. Okay, a square plus b square, you will get the sum of the squares of the entered two numbers, right? Then you are trying to, okay, then you are trying to find the modulus of 3, right? When you find the modulus of 3, it returns either 0 or 1 or 2. What are the possible outputs of the value when you try to find out the modulus by 3? Either it should be 0, or either it should be 1, or either it should be 2. Consider the first case 0, right? When you consider, yeah, correct, Shreyas. When you consider the first case 0, when is it 0? When it is perfectly divisible, when the sum of the squares is perfectly divisible by 3. Okay, what you need to do when it is perfectly divisible by 3? Right, print the square. Okay, print the product of these two numbers. Okay, she has gone wrong in this particular place. Okay, okay. Sorry about that. Archana, check your program. I didn't give a keen observation on what you're doing. All right, check your. There is a small modification which you have to do. Let's pick up another solution. Right? Okay. Pratishta Tambe's solution. Can you see Pratishta's solution? Just scroll up. Right? She has read the inputs. You can also read the inputs the way she has done. Okay. Now she has read the inputs in a single line. N1 comma N2 is equals to int of input comma int of input. That can also be done, right? So she has read the two values. Then she has found out the squares, sum of squares of those two numbers using exponentiation operator. Then she has tried to find out the modulus of that sum by 3. If it is 0, she is printing the product of n1 and n2, else she is printing the sum of n1 and n2. Right? Hope it is clear, Shreyas. Coming to the current problem, Dharnendra and uh, Khatib has solved it. Right? Okay. Then let's go ahead with Naima's solution. Enter three numbers. She has printed this on terminal. Then she is going to read three input values, x, y, and z. Then she is checking if x modulo 2 is not equals to 0, right? Which is she is checking whether x is odd or even. Turns out if it is odd as well as z is also odd, then she is printing the product x, the product of y and z. Else she is printing the summation of y and z. Perfect solution. Shout out to Naima. Then Dharnendra has also done it. Exact same solution. All Amit has done it. Ashwini has done it. Shweta has done it. Pratishtha has sent it again. Madhvesha has done it. Dharnendra has done it. Beautiful, beautiful. So hope it is clear. Hope everybody is clear. Shall I move to next slide? Yes. I need your approval. Yes. Okay. Type no only if. Okay. Send no only if you have problem. Okay. I assume that the solutions are clear. Moving ahead. Let's go ahead with bitwise operators. Okay, I want your 100% concentration here. People might find it a bit difficult. Might. I'm not sure. Right? Operator. And operator. So what it does is it just takes two operators, operands, converts those numbers into binary, then performs AND operation. Okay, logical AND operation. That's what it does. Bitwise. Why is it called bitwise? It first converts the number into bit, then it is going to perform operations bit by bit. That's why it's called bitwise operations, operators, right? So you have AND operator, similarly OR operator. Then you have, for AND operator you have the symbol ampersand. For OR operator you have a symbol pipe. For most of the people, the pipe is shift plus the button above enter. Okay, that is your pipe. Just in case if you don't know, that is the pipe button which you can use. That is your OR operator. XOR operator is defined by this particular symbol. What is the symbol called? Can anybody tell? Okay, caret. That's right. Carrot. Okay. Saket says it's carrot. No, it's not. It's carrot. Right? It's called caret symbol. Then coming to not. Not is it's called tilde. The symbol is called tilde. Right? Then you have zero fill left shift. You're shifting the particular bit towards left uh, for specific number of times. Right? Operand 1, left shift operand 2 is nothing but you are shifting operand 1. You're first converting the operand 1 into bits, then shifting the operand 1 operand 2 times towards left. That's what it is. Right? Then comes signed right shift. Okay, it's a bit complex. Let me tell you what exactly it is, and let me not stress on this because it's rarely used. And yeah, that's what the reason is. I'll tell you how it works. and let's move ahead. Right? It's nothing but you're shifting right along with the bit which depicts the sign of the number. Right? To to understand this, you need to have knowledge of digital electronics. So yeah, you are shifting the number. You are first converting the number into bits, then shifting it towards right along with the bit which depicts the sign of the number. Right? Having said that, moving to next slide, order of expressions. So yeah, order of expressions. I want you to take this the thing on the slide. First one is your acronym PEMDAS. Just so that it aids you remember the things. All right. PEMDAS. PEMDAS. What is P? Parenthesis. So anything which is inside the parenthesis is given the highest priority in the order. All right. First, that particular set of operations is executed. After that, exponentiation. We know what exponentiation is, right? Are you following, people? Yes. First a parenthesis, then comes exponentiation, then comes multiplication and division. Multiplication and division have same order of precedence. They both hold the same value in terms of order of expressions. So whichever you take up, multiplication or division, you are going to get the same output. After multiplication and division, addition and subtraction will come, which is of the same order of precedence, right? Hope this is clear. We'll see examples. We'll see examples, right? Hope this is clear. Hope everybody has taken note of it. Yes, I understand these are theoretical stuff. You might feel bored, but I'm trying to keep it as lively as possible. Yes, shall we move ahead? Nice. Okay, operation on strings. Is my voice clear? Everybody following? All right. Next comes, right, understanding the concepts. Any problem? Understanding. Nice. Vinayak, trying is good. Trying is better than not understanding. Right. If you have any doubts, we'll personally work it out. Right. Okay. Operation on strings. Now, until now, for the people who have attended my first session, the very first program I had given to solve for you people is to print your name 5 times. Hope you remember that. Okay. So in that case, some of you people had printed this, like print your name into 5 times. I hope how many people remember. Let's see a live example of it, right? Okay. Now you have a string. You can perform two operations on the string, one being addition and the other being repetition. Okay. Now, who can guess the output of this program? Aditya has done it. Okay. You have guessed it right. You have evaluated it right. It is a string last value. Okay, you're just concatenating. Concatenating means just adding the last the thing present here towards the end of the name string, right? That is what you're doing. Okay, now what do you think is the output? Sojal says it's error. The answer is correct. You people have guessed it right. Okay, is it clear now? Yes, you people have guessed it right. The output is string three times, right? That's what it is. It is going to, repeat the same string three times and concatenate it with itself, right? So that is nothing but your operation on strings. We'll see the methods and functions which can be performed on strings, which are defined on strings. We can slice it. We can do so many other things as well. We can retrieve the character at particular index. We can split it. Then we can bring the subset. We can do all those things. We'll see it in a later point in time. For now, yeah, these are the operations on strings. Okay. Now comes composition. Okay, composition. It's a very small, tiny topic, which is it means nothing but you can merge both variables as well as constants. Okay, here percentage is your variable, minute is your variable, and 100 is your constant, 60 is your constant. So composition is nothing but merging the variable and constants in a single statement, right? Hope you have made a note of it. Then comes comments. Comments. What are comments? Comments are nothing but those statements which are not going to be considered by the interpreter while executing it. They are going to be omitted. These are the statements for the developer himself to make a note of it, right? What is happening in the code, to take notes, because code sometimes can be pretty complicated and you might end up forgetting what the logic is. You might want to remember what the logic is in a particular line. So to do that, you use comments. So if you want to use single line comments, you are going to use hash symbol at the starting, at the beginning of the comment, and you are going for multi-line comments. You are going to use triple inverted commas. You are going to enclose the entire comments in triple inverted commas. Right? Hope this is clear. Okay, I'm going to repeat the things once again. Composition is nothing but the combination of the constant values as well as the variable values. All right, that is what composition is. Then comes comments. Comments is nothing but those statements which are not going to be considered by your interpreter. For a single line comment, you are going to use hash at the beginning of the comment. For multi-line, you are going to enclose the entire comment in triple inverted commas. So having said that, let's come to loops. Right? Everybody on the same page? Loops. Okay. First thing we are going to see for loop. Okay. For loop. See, loops are the constructs given by the programming language to repeat the set of code a specific number of times, right? So loops are nothing but it is used to repeat a set of code multiple number of times. The first loop which we are seeing is your for loop. So the syntax is as follows: for val in sequence body of for, right? For is the keyword, val is the iterator variable. What is it called? Val is called iterator variable. Make a note of it. Okay, in sequence. What is sequence? Sequence can be a tuple, sequence can be a range function, sequence can be a list, sequence can be a dictionary, sequence can be a sets as well. Okay, we'll see what all these things are in upcoming slides, right? Sequence can be a range, sequence can be a list, sequence can be a tuple, sequence can be a set, sequence can be a dictionary. What is val? Val is your iterator variable. Okay, for is the keyword, val in sequence colon body of for. So what is happening is the for loop is taking the values in the sequence one by one starting from 0th index and copying it into the variable val. Okay, so you can use the variable val inside the body of for, and you can you know make use of variable val, and once the body of once the iteration is complete, then again the next value from the sequence is assigned to the value for the variable val, right? Let's see how the sequence diagram works. Okay, flowchart. Now for each item in sequence, from top it is getting down, it is going to check one condition. Okay, this particular place, it is going to check the condition, is the last item reached. Okay, yeah, is the last item in the sequence reached? If it is not reached, it is going to copy that current element into the val and it is going to enter the body of for. Okay, once the body of for is executed, it is going to again check if the last element of the sequence is reached. If yes, it is going to exit the loop. As simple as that. Okay, we'll see the examples of for loops in upcoming slides. We'll solve a couple of problems. We have got wonderful problems on for loops, right? Okay, so hope you have taken hope you have noted this syntax as well as the flowchart. Next, we are going to see range function, something called range function. Range function is a wonderful function. As you can see, please take down the syntax. Syntax is a range of start, comma, stop, comma, step size. So I want you to make a note of it. Start is nothing but your start value. It is an integer value, and all these three are integers, right? It is an integer value. Stop is the end value, exclusive. Make a note of it. Exclusive. Exclusive in the sense the stop value is not going to be considered. Stop minus one value, first value, stop minus first value is going to be considered. Okay, we'll see. We'll see in an example. Step size is nothing but your increment size. Okay, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4. So having said that, let's take up an example combining range function and for loop, right? So you have for iterator variable in range 0 comma 5 colon print I. Okay, now people, what do you think is the output? Archana says 0 1 2 3 4, right? Pratishta says the same, Vanishri says the same. If I have to be, okay, Kotrash says it's an error, Saurabh says it's an error. Why is it an error? You people have found out the error absolutely correct, because I is not defined, it is ITT. These are the small mistakes which you are going to do, right? So now what is the output? What is the output? Yes, people, what is the output? Error. Saurabh says error. Why? If you say error, tell why. Why is this an error? Okay, let's go ahead and execute 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is your output, people. As I told you before, it starts from the start number, then it moves up to end minus 1 or last minus 1, stop minus 1, okay, up to 4. Then it is going to exit the loop, right? So this is your range function. All right, am I audible now? Sorry for the brief absence. All right, okay. Now, as your people have guessed it right, the output is 0 1 2 3 4, right? Then in range function, there is one more operator called step, which is optional. I forgot to tell you, it is optional, all right? So when I put 1 as the step size, what do you think is the output? Yogesh says 0. Sunil says 1, 2, 3, 4. Spurti says 0. Vinayak says 0. Aditya says 0. Okay. It is actually the same output because by default the step size is 1. Right? So what if I enter 2? What is output? What do you think is output? 0, 2, 4. Okay, let's go ahead and execute. It is 0, 2, 4. That's right. It is going to increment the value with the step size 2. Right? That is correct. So hope range function and for loop is clear. If anybody has doubt, please feel free to open up. Anybody? Why it's printing in next line? Correct. Your doubt is correct because print is defined to print in next line. If you don't want it to print in next line, you have to type this comma end is equals to inverted commas. If you do this and if you try to execute it, you will get 0 to 4 in a single line. Okay, I'm going to repeat this. You have got for as the keyword, then you have got iterator variable as ITT, then you are going to use in operator, which we'll see in a while. Then you are going to use range function. Range function, what is the syntax? Range of start, comma, stop, comma, step. Here start is 0, stop is 5, and step is 2. Okay, so it is going to iterate from 0 to 4. Remember, stop minus 1. Okay, yeah, with increment value 2. So it is going to print first value 0, then it is going to increment twice, two times, then it is going to print 2, then it is again going to increment 2 times, then it is going to print 4, and then it is going to exit. Right? So that's it. This is your range function. Please take down this particular example. Right? Hope you have taken down. Next, we are going to uh, this one. Yeah. Next, we are going to take up break and continue statements. Right? Break and continue statements are the ones which are used to skip, which are used to skip or exit from the loop. Skip a particular iteration or exit from the loop. First, we are going to see break. Right? Yes. First. First, we are going to see break. What is break? Your let's consider 0 to 10 as the range function. Then let's go ahead and try to print this. Right now, just in case I want to print only up to 8. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take an if condition. If ITT is equals to 8, then break. So what this essentially does is it waits, it lets the loop run until and unless the value of ITT is 8, and then it is going to exit from the loop once the iterator variable has the value 8. Okay, so in this case, can anybody tell me what is the output of the output of the snippet? Anybody? Yes. What is the output of this particular function, people? Particular code snippet? Okay. Right, right. All of you have done it. All of you have got it right. The value is the values are from 0 to 7. So hope the break is clear. Then let's go ahead and put continue. Okay. So what this essentially does is it is going to let the loop run, and when the value of ITT is 8, it is going to skip that particular iteration. Right? It is not going to let that particular iteration execute. That's what is continue. It is very confusing at times. Please remember, continue is the keyword which is going to be used to skip that particular iteration. Right? It won't exit from particular loop, it is just going to skip that particular iteration. So in this case, what will be the output, people? Can anybody tell me? Okay, 0 to 9 except for 8. Absolutely right. Right? All you people have got it right. Right? Then comes exit function. Okay? Exit function is nothing but it exits from the program itself. Not from the loop, not just from the loop, not just from the iteration, it exits from the program itself. Right? So when you exit, it prints up to 7 and it is going to completely exit from the program. So hope you made a note of these three things. Yes, beautiful. So yeah, these three things are done. Now let's go ahead and see the problems. I mean, not yet. Hold on. Okay. Let's see the combination of for loop with else. Right? What happens when we put for loop with else? Okay. Now consider for ITT in say range 0 to 5. Okay. Now print I, then when you put else at the end and print no items left, what do you think is the output, people? Can anybody guess? What is the output of this particular snippet? Oh, I is not. I'm very sorry. All right. I okay. What about now? People are smart. I really appreciate. Jyoti, shout out. Right. Okay. What about now? Saurabh, I have updated it. Pottery says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Vastav Kumar says error. Chetana says error. I need our inputs, people. I need inputs. Please, all of you. There are 84 people, 84 members participating in this session, and only a handful of people are replying. Come on. Okay. Soundarya says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, no output. No output. Okay. 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 Let's get into the things. Okay. What it actually does is it executes the for loop in the way it is. Okay. It is going to execute the for loop the way it is going to execute, and then what it does is it is going to print this particular string at the end of the iteration. That's what it is. Nothing else. Right? Once the yeah, this is your output. No items left. Okay. So I'll repeat it once again. It is going to execute the for loop the way it is going to execute. Then once all the numbers are exhausted from the range function, it is going to execute this particular print function. Okay, it is a small feature. It is going. It can also be used here. Else can also be used here as well. So just so that you know, I have just told you. Right? Okay. Next being while loop. Okay. What is the syntax of while loop? You have while test expression and body of while. Right? This is your syntax of while loop. Please make a note of it. Your text expression can be a comparison operator, it can be a binary operator, uh, it can be a variable as well. Okay, it can be an integer variable as well. So any integer value in while condition is considered as positive. So make a note of it. Okay. So yeah, what it does is it is going to execute the body of while until and unless text expression fails. Let's take an example of it. Say x is equals to 5. Okay, while x is greater than 0, print x. People, what do you think is the output? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think is the output? Anybody? 5. 5. People, we are talking about while loop. We are not talking about if statement. Okay. Okay, people are getting it right. It is going to print 5 infinite number of times because I'm not decrementing the value of x itself. Right? In order to do that, you have to take x is equals to x minus 1. Okay. So when you execute this, you're going to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once the value of x is greater than 0, it is going to exit from the loop. Right? So having said that, now if I put if x modulus 2 is equals to 0, continue. What do you think is the output? What do you think is the output? 531. 531. Okay. All right. Let's see. Why do you think this is true? Why do you think this is true? All of you have gone wrong. 531. Why do you think this is true? Amit has got it exactly right. Condition checked is after point. After printing, I'm checking the condition. I'm not checking the condition before printing. Okay. It's the position of if is the difference, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it and I'm going to paste it here, right? So now what do you think is the output? People, what do you think is the output? 531. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, let's see. We have bumped into an error. Okay. There seems to be a problem with this particular statement. I'll just make a note of it. I'll get back to you later with this problem, right? Just in case if you people get to know what is the problem with this statement, let me know, right? Okay. Sorry about that. I'll get back to you soon with that, right? Okay. Uh, Next in the list. Yes, yes, yes. Upgradation of the variable does not happen. Why is that so? Is that the case? Okay. Right. Okay. Seems that is the case. Okay, I'll get back to you with a detailed explanation why exactly this is happening. Thanks, Yogesh. Thanks for your solution. Right. Okay. Uh, yeah. Now moving ahead. Yeah. Let's come to problems. Yes. Now I want all of you people to solve this. Okay. Yes. Read a natural number and print the sum up to that natural number from 1. Right. Do it using both while and for. I want two solutions, one with while, one with for. Read a natural number and print the sum up to the natural number from 1. So if the natural number is 5, the output should be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 3, 6, 10, 15. The output should be 15, right? I want the solution both in for as well as in while. And please make sure that you are not going to use list or any such things. Please make use of the things discussed until now and bring out the solution. Anybody? Okay. Yogesh has done it. Sorry, Aditya has done it. Sum is equals to 0, n is equals to int of input. Then while n is greater than 0, sum, okay, sum plus is equals to n and n is equals to n minus 1, print sum. Correct. Aditya has done it right. Soundarya has got it right. N plus 1. Okay, Aditya, try in for loop. Try in for loop. I hope everybody is trying. Okay, Amit, please have a look at your solution. Do you think that is right? Pratishtha has done it. N is equals to int of input. Sum is equals to 0 for I in range n to n plus 1. Sum plus is equals to I. Print sum. All right. That is also correct. Aditya has done it in for loop. Let's see how to do it. Right. First, num is equals to int of input. Right. Enter the number. Right. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use for. For I in range 1 to n plus 1. Okay. I had to initialize one more variable. Sum is equals to 0. Then comes sum plus is equals to I. Okay. Then print I. Sorry, sum. Right. So having done that, let's try to execute. Enter the number 5. You have n is not defined. What is n? Okay, n is your number. Okay. You have enter the number 5. You have 15. Right. So this is your solution using for loop. Okay. Now using while loop, how do you do that? While num is greater than 1, sorry, to sum plus is equals to num, num is equals to num minus 1, right? So let's see. So both of them give the same output. So hope you have made a note of it. Yes, right. So this one I have solved just for your uh, note. Okay. Once you have done that, let's move on with the next question. Okay. Hope everything is clear. Hope the things are going good at your end. Okay. Here is the next question. You have to read a natural number and print the sum of the odd numbers. Okay. Okay, sorry. Read a natural number and print the sum of the odd numbers and the even numbers up to the natural number. Okay. This is a funny question. This is a funny question, I repeat. Let's see who gets what is so funny about this, right? Let's see who gets the fun part. Yes, I hope everybody is trying. Yes. Why are you people taking this long? If I were you, I'd have. Oh, Soundarya. Okay. Soundarya, read the question once again. Soundarya, read the question once again. Read a natural number and print the sum of the odd numbers and the even numbers up to the natural number. Soundarya, you're book smart. You're really smart in theoretical stuff. I want you to be street smart, right? Be efficient, as efficient as possible. Anybody? There are 81 people on the session. Okay, now I get it. Right. Oh, come on, people. What is taking you so long? Soundarya says sum of odd numbers. Pratishta, Pratishta, read the question, man. Sadhana is the first person to get it. Pratishta, read the question. Right? Read the question. Presence of mind is important. Aishwarya is printing the entered number. Aishwarya, do you think that is the optimal solution? That is the solution what you need? Pratishta is tube light. In fact, all of you are. Sum. Okay, Aishwarya, I want you to modify the program. How can you find out the sum? Sum of what? Think people. Come on. Okay, Ashwini has got it. Ashwini, I want you to go ahead and unmute your mic and tell us all why do you think it is same as before. Purva has also got it. Okay, girls are on fire today. Nice. People, that is exactly as same as the previous question. It is sum up to natural numbers. Sum up to the natural number which has been entered. Sum what I mean up from 0 to that particular natural number. What is the sum? It is nothing. It is nothing but the addition of your odd numbers and even numbers. Sir, what is left other than the odd numbers and the even numbers? If you add the odd numbers as well as the even numbers, it is nothing but the sum up to that particular number itself, right? Hope you got it. All numbers are natural number and either it is odd or they are even, right? Okay, Yogesh finds it crazy. All right. Oh, Vanishri. Hey, somebody give this girl a medal, man. What is this? Vanishri is great. All right. Vanishri is like legit. Look at her solution. Shout out to Vanishri. All right. Okay, this is Vanishri's solution. Just look at it. 11th class mathematics, right? She has used n into n plus 1 divided by 2 formula. Somebody give this girl a medal, man. Somebody give this girl a medal, right? The first thing is not necessary. The sum is equals to 0 is not necessary. This parenthesis is also not necessary, right? Okay, here you go. And you don't have to take the sum, this thing either. You can just take this, cut it, go ahead and paste it and save it, right? If I go ahead and execute, enter the number 5, you have 15.0, right? If you want to convert it into integer, you can do this. Okay, now I have 5, 15. That's it, right? Let me copy and paste this to your comments so that, yeah, this is your solution, right? So yeah, that was one funny question. Next up, okay. See, you're not supposed to use Google, huh? You're not at all supposed to use Google. Let me see who solves this first. Read a number and check if it is prime or not. Read a number and check if it is prime or not. Now, as you people know this, I want you to come up with as efficient solution as possible. Let me see who comes up with the most efficient solution. Okay, we are using Google Meet. Right. Be as efficient as possible and solve this question. Let me see who gets this first. Okay, we have got solutions. Uh, Aditya has, oh my god, what has he done? I into I is lesser, while I into I is lesser than or equal to n. Okay, flag is equals to 0 if I is not, okay, is lesser than or equal to n. Okay, okay. Aditya, where is the updation happening for the while loop? Don't you think it is going to go to infinite loop? Okay, fine. Soundarya has 2 to n. Okay, Soundarya, the first version of the solution is Soundarya's version, right? Now comes, let's see. Okay, Soundarya, I request you to modify your program to be efficient. Make it efficient. Oh, wait. Soundarya's program is not correct. Soundarya's program is not correct. Soundarya, you tell me why it is not correct. What is the problem with your program? Kotresh. Kotresh has is greater than 1. Okay. Kotresh, for the give 2 as the input to your program and tell me the result. Give 2 as the input to your program and tell me the result. Okay. Now comes Dharnendra. Dharnendra, what has he got? He has a divided by 2 plus. Okay, precise. Now, the second version of the solution is given by Dharnendra. Please make a note of it. Okay, let me copy it and paste it. Soundarya has got first version. Soundarya had got first version. Okay. Soundarya's version. Soundarya had to make a small change. Let me copy paste Dharnendra's solution. Dharnendra has got it right. Okay. This is one possible solution. Okay. Now, let's see next solution. Okay. Aditya has updated it. All right. Aditya, can you simplify your solution to be lesser number of lines? It is too lengthy. I want it to be as small as possible. Okay. Hemalata has. Oh, nice. Hemalata. Uh, okay. Okay. Nice. Hemalata, I want you to enter the number 2 to your program and check whether your program is right or not. Enter the value 2. Okay. Ashwini. Ashwini. Ashwini, you will get an error. Tell me what the error is. Yogesh. Yogesh has again striked back, and this time he's okay. Yogesh, I want you to put in the value 2 to your program and just tell me the reason. Tell me the output. Okay. Okay. Now, oh, you have updated. All right. Okay, let's check Dharnendra's solution. Right. Okay, this will work. Right. The one which he's okay, it is exactly the same solution what he has used. Let's see, there is this one corner case. Let's see whether it is going to get executed or not. When you press 2, it is going to throw you an error, right? Float. Let's take Dharnendra's solution. What modification should be done in order to get the output? Just think, people. Right? Okay, this is Dharnendra's solution. Here you have, okay, let's see. Enter the number 2. Yes, prime. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay, people. Now, Yogesh, I want you to modify your program to be much more efficient. Okay, Kotrash has got it right. Okay. I thought it will throw an error because the floating point had not considered. Okay, I got it confused. All right. Uh, Okay, Vanishri has done it. Okay, people, all of you have done it. Vanishri, please modify your program to be as efficient as possible. See, where most of you people are going wrong. See, you are taking num plus one, which is totally unnecessary. If the consider the value 14. Okay, if you want to find out whether the given value 14 is prime or not, you don't have to divide the value 14 from 1 to 13. It's not necessary at all. Okay, if the number is not divisible by half of its value, it is not going to be divisible by anything, right? Let me give you an example. 14 cannot be divisible by any number greater than 7. What is 7? 14 divided by 2. I want you to understand this analogy. This is efficiency, people. This is efficiency. Please do understand. When you're going to have hackathons or events, coding events, they are going to check your efficiency. If your program is running beyond a particular point in time, if your program is occupying more space, they are straight away going to reject, even though the program is correct. It is giving a proper output. Efficiency is the key. So how to achieve the efficiency? Now you have 14. Anything which is greater than 7 up to 14 is, however, it is not going to divide the 14 except the 14 number itself, and we are not concerned with the number itself because even the prime number is going to be divisible by itself. So we are going to make a slight modification, num divided by 2, right? Let's see if we are going to get the same output. Okay, now you have, oh sorry, one thing I forgot, I thought of it. Int converted, or better you can floor divide. That is also one solution which you can get. Okay, enter number 5. It says not prime. Okay, where did we go wrong? Come again, Yogesh. Yes, come again. Okay, why is that a problem? Oh, okay. I'm concentrating on this. Yes. Thank you, Yogesh. Right? Okay, where are we going wrong? Troubleshoot, people, troubleshoot. Where are we going wrong? Sorry. Oh, what is wrong with me today? Sorry, people. God. Okay. Print statements. Then we have edge case 2 prime. Okay, beautiful. See, let me walk you through the program. First, I'm going to read the value from the user. I'm storing it in num. Then I'm going to iterate the for loop using range function from 2 to n divided by 2 up to n divided by 2 because there is no point in iterating beyond n divided by 2. Then I'm going to divide the num up to n divided by 2, each value at a time. If it is going to get divided, it is not prime, and I'm going to exit the program. If it is going to get divided, it is, if it is not going to get divided, it is prime. So hope this is clear. Now take this an assignment. There is one more efficient way to do this, efficient than this. Okay, so I want you to find out that particular way without googling. It is a mathematical problem, so make a note of it. There is one more efficient way to do this, more efficient than this, and I want you to come up with that particular program tomorrow. Okay, that is your first assignment for the day. Okay, now hope everything is clear. I'm coming to chat section. Please tell me if you have any doubt, if you want me to. Okay, Yogesh has got it right. Square root of num. Correct, people. square root. You need to find out square root. That is one thing. You please make a note of it and come up with a solution tomorrow. Moving ahead with the next question. Read two numbers and print all the prime numbers between the interval. Please take down. Read two numbers. Okay. Print all the prime numbers in middle. Read two numbers and print all the prime numbers in between that interval. Let's see who gets this first. Okay, Aditya, that's right. That's right, Aditya. You have done a wonderful job. What I was expecting is I wanted you to come up with. Okay, here in while loop, we just discovered that updation doesn't happen. Okay, okay, you're not using continue. Okay, sorry. I want you to come up with a for loop solution for this. Okay, reduce the number of lines. That's all I want. Reduce the number of lines. Come up with a for loop solution for this. Okay, Arshad, I can explain you once again. How do you? Okay, Yogesh Krishnan says how do you use square root? You just have to import math, and math dot square root is your function. Let me demonstrate that to you. You import math, then use sq sorry math dot sqrt of any num will give you the square root. So having said that, okay, Arshad, yeah, this is the explanation for the people who didn't understand. In the line number 3, I'm going to read the number from the user, store it in the variable num. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to iterate the for loop from starting from 2 up to n divided by 2. Why n divided by 2? Okay, first of all, what is a prime number? Prime number is anything, any number, any positive natural number which is divisible by 1 and itself and nothing else. Okay, so you are going to uh, find out that particular number which is going to divide that the given number except for 1 and itself. So how do you do it? You are going to first way is to iterate from 2 to that particular number which is not efficient, because uh, anything which is greater than the half of the entered number is, however, it is not going to divide the number that is taken. Okay, you can take an example of 16. Okay, you take an example of 16. Anything beyond 8, 9 cannot divide 16, 10 cannot divide 16, it is obvious. So it is meaningless to iterate the values beyond the half of the given number, that is 8. Okay, then for that reason I'm going to iterate only up to this particular point in time, that is num divided by 2, the integer value of num divided by 2. Why have I typecasted it? Why I have converted into integer? Because when you divide a number, you are going to get a floating point number, and range accepts only and only integers. Okay, so that's why I have converted the number into integer. Then coming into the loop, I have if statement where entered number is divided with iteration and found, and we are getting its remainder. So in short, we are finding the modulus of num and iteration variable. If it turns out to be 0, or in other words, if iteration itt variable value and divide the number in num, I'm going to print not prime and exit out of the program. If that doesn't happen throughout the for loop iteration, I'm going to just print prime, because it is not going to get uh, print because I'm exiting the program here itself, just in case if it is not prime, right? So there is no point in putting if or using any flag. So I'm going to print prime and finishing the program. Okay, that's it. So having said that, how many people have done this program? Read two numbers and print all the prime numbers between the interval. Anybody? Okay, let me solve that question for you. We are running out of time. So yes, we have a message. Okay, not. See, the answer is simple. I'm going to take two numbers and to take this num1 and I'm going to take num2. And what I'm going to do, I'm starting from for ITT1. Okay, let me take this as ITT1 in range num1 and num2 plus 1 because range function, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign num is equals to ITT. Okay, let me take one variable num is equals to 0, num is equals to ITT. Sorry, num is equals to 0 for ITT in range this particular thing. I'm going to now I need to use one more variable called flag or 0. Let me put it as 0. uh, Continue. Right, let's see if this works. I think for flag is not necessary. Okay, let's see if this works. I have first number as sorry. Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks, Yogesh. 2 and say 50. Uh, Name error. ITT is not defined. Correct ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ? Okay. Now where did we go wrong? Okay, okay. One second. Okay, actually we need a flag variable, I guess. Right. Trial and error, people. Let's see. Continue. Okay. Right. So people have solved this problem. Anybody? Okay. This is I'm going to explain the flag. Yeah. The flag is nothing but a variable. You can take anything. Just to note that an iteration has happened. I mean, the control has gone in. Just to note that we use flag. When we need to know whether the control has come inside this particular point, whether line one has ever been executed, which means we want to know whether if num modulus ITT is equals to 0 was ever true. Okay. So if it is true, definitely it is not going to be prime, right? So in order to indicate that, I'm going to use flag. So let me walk you through the entire program from start. I'm going to read two numbers, then I'm going to initialize num is equals to 0, then I'm going to initialize flag is equals to 0. Then from iteration, then in the for loop in the line 7, for the iterator variable ITT1 in range num1 up to num2 plus 1, we're going to iterate the entire range. Then from then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that iteration variable and I'm going to assign it to num in line number 8. Okay. Then the same logic, I'm going to iterate from 2 to num divided by 2 uh, in another nested for loop, and I'm going to divide the iterator variable from the num. If it is 0, then I'm going to set a flag 1. And yeah, if it is ever set to 1, it means that it is not divisible, right? So yeah, there's one more efficient way we can do that. You can use break. Once it is set, why do you need it? Okay, you don't need to progress with the iteration itself. So 215, there you go. You have the same solution. You have reduced the burden on the computer. So what you're doing, once you discover that it is divisible at some point in time, you are going to come out of the iteration. Then you are going to check whether the given flag, whether flag is 0 or not. If it is 0, then the given number is uh, prime. If not, I'm not going to print it anyhow. So I'm going to set it flag, set the flag to 0, because just in case if it is set to 1, if the number is not uh, prime, I'm going to this flag to 0, just in case it does not affect the next iteration, right? So having said that, this is your solution. Yeah, I hope you have made a note of it. Yeah, coming to last program of the last program of the session. Okay, this will give it in assignment. Okay, this is pretty lengthy. We'll see it in assignment. It is write Python program to print multiplication table from 2 to 10 in the following format. Okay, I'll just okay. So write a Python program to print multiplication table from 2 to 10 in the following format. 2x 2 space x space 1 space is equals to space 2. Next line, 2 space x space 2 space is equals to space 4, so on and so forth. So I want you to print up to 10, from 2 to 10, the tables, right? So this is your assignment. Make a note of it. So there is one thing from my end. I have to just verify the reason why while was executing infinite number of times. Let me check on it. Wow, masala kya hai andar, right? So having said that, that marks the end of today's session. Hope you have enjoyed it. So I want you to, okay, before anybody leaves, I want you to type in the feedback in your, yeah, Vinay, I'll share all the code, not a problem. I mean, the iterator variable of the for loop is set default to 0. No, no, it depends on the range. Depends on the range. All right. I want you to type the feedback of today's session. Please give me the feedback so that I can improve for the next session. The feedback. Uh, okay, let me start the first question. I mean, sorry, uh, not the question. All right. Please give me feedback, if any. If you want to suggest me something, if you want anything to be improved, uh, if you feel that something is good and it should go ahead, please feel free to type and give me feedback. Uh, if you don't have any feedback to give, that's it. We are done for the day. Thanks for attending. You may leave. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you everyone for joining. Please be consistent. Please be consistent for the sessions. Please attend regularly.